What's up, gang? I did a thing. Yep. I upgraded to 1.21.11 to get the spears, the new mobs. There's zombies riding zombie horses, husks riding zombie camels. There's the Nautilus in the ocean. Yeah. I did it. Wasn't too bad. Went through and followed some fellow's tutorial. I'll link him in the comments. He sounds very young, but man, his tutorial was spot on for what I needed. So kudos. It was really good. Anyway, let's do some stuff. So we find ourselves here in the upside down. Oh, no, not the upside down. The nether roof. That's what it is. And what we did was I have gathered enough supplies to make us a new farm. Can you guess what it is yet? Probably a little difficult. I'm going to need all this stuff, all of this. And then obviously I have my redstone chest because I'm going to need some powered rails. I'm going to need some regular rails and a crafter. And I'm going to need to set up a rail collection unit. And the rail collection unit is going to be underneath the dirt, which is underneath the sweet berries, which is a few blocks underneath an iron golem surrounded in glass. Well, not surrounded. Yeah, he's got to have his line of sight open. And then there's going to be a spawning platform around that, and base all that on the fact that we are in, oops, wrong button, that we are in a basalt delta. And there they are. That's what we want. We want these guys. Yep. And we want a lot of them. I don't know. You know, let's go look. Can gas spawn in Basalt Delta? I don't know. I think they can, but I'm not certain. Let's go look. They can in fact spawn in Basalt Deltas. The only two they can't spawn in are Crimson Forests and Warped Forests. So we'll have to deal with ghasts, but I don't know. It might not be that big of a deal. The farm that I've got in mind pretty much takes up the mob cap. So, and if the mob cap's completely taken up, there won't be any mob cap for the gas to spawn in. I'll probably gas proof it just in case, but yeah. I might have to go back to base for more glass for that. Oh, I could slab it. I could do slabs. I have extra slabs. Yep. Let's go with a time lapse. Well, how about that, gang? That wasn't bad at all, right? That was a quick little build. And it's going to give me magma blocks, which is what I'm going to need to build a gold farm, which is what I'm going to need to build a trading hall, like a piglin bartering. So, yeah, a little bit of infrastructure in place to start getting the goods to get that dang base finished up. I'd love to put a bunch of concrete down. So, yeah, one less thing. And then the gold farm is another easy build. It's, it depends on how you, what you use to lure the pigmen. Basically the typical is two different ways. You can do a multi-layered, like 10, 12 layers of magma blocks that are about an 8 to 12 radius circle or square. It can be a square. The circle ones are designed for very specific spawning, and you're really like increasing by micro amounts at that point. But Nembon and all the site crafters are out there, and they really do a great job at squeezing every last ounce of efficiency out of a farm. And theirs that they build is all the circles. I'll probably just do either a circle or a square if I do one of those, or I'll probably just do a square if I do one of those, but I usually don't. And I'll tell you why. Since we have access to the roof and we can go wherever we want, I always find it easier to build the donuts. If you don't know, you don't know. There's a design that they call the donut, and it's very large. 2 to 3 spawning platforms with glass walkways in the middle. The piglins spawn outside 28 meters, obviously, so the platforms are 28 meters away from you, and then they're, I don't know, 12 to 15 blocks deep. And yeah, the spawning rates on those are ridiculous. It's so good. That's my favorite kind, and probably what I'll build. The only thing with the donuts is the collection chambers are a little wonky sometimes. And you have to use like grindstones or anvils or something like that in order to funnel the zombified piglins correctly. It's not too big a deal though. And then you use entity cramming on that one to do the business. Oh, I haven't looked up lately. They haven't changed that, have they? I know it was on the docket for a while for them to change the spawning rules for that. The gold farms, the whole thing is for the entity cramming ones in Java. This is Java only, guys. Sorry, I'm not a Bedrock player. But in Java, if you've pissed off the zombified piglins and they're coming for you, it doesn't matter how they meet their end. It always counts as a player kill. So you get the full gold bars from time to time. You get the better drops, and that's why the donut's really good, is because it was using player kills like that, and you didn't have to swing. You could AFK. But the tower designs use looting, right? You drop the piglins a certain amount of distance so that they're one-hit kills, and you use your looting sword. So you're getting player kills, plus you're getting the looting benefit. But you have to be standing there and swinging away. You can set up, AFK spots for that as well by using F3 and P, I think, or F3 and T, something like that, where you tab out, but you're still swinging your sword because you had the mouse button held down. But the dangerous part of that is then you can get hungry and starve, and I don't love it. You can get around it for sure, but I'm not a big fan, which is why I usually use the donuts. But we'll have to look that up to see if they've changed the spawning or the drops for that. So let's take a look at my nose. No, I'm just joking. We're going to take a look at the farm. Let's watch the farm run for a couple of minutes here. Gremlins are trying to get me today. I just recorded a clip coming back from the other clip, showing the farm work, and I recorded the whole clip, and it's not there. I don't know what happened, but I also know that the clip before this, the aspect ratio was all screwy. I'm hoping that this one, I'm not looking at it. I'm looking at my Minecraft full screen, so I won't know until I go to freaking edit. So yeah, little weird stuff going on today. So the farm looks like it's running pretty good. I've got a couple things I want to change. I'm getting some loss out the sides here. I'm going to add a few leaf blocks and another ring of slabs, lower slabs, so that we don't get this loss. And then I also might do the thing where I raise my AFK platform just a little bit, 1 or 2 blocks, so that the loss that I am getting will be mitigated by they'll just despawn. They'll stop taking up the mob cap. So that's kind of 2 little things that I want to do. Obviously, as you just saw, ghasts are a thing with this design. But what I've seen so far is they'll wander a little bit here and there, and then they'll despawn because they've wandered outside the spawn range. I don't know. I might put a roof on it at some point. The problem with putting a roof on it and making it where gas can't spawn is then the large magma cubes can't jump as high as they need to. See, it just despawned. And then they don't move to the center as fast. So you're kind of a risk reward type of scenario there. Which one do you want better? Do you want the magma cubes to be able to move faster, or do you want full safety from ghasts? The way I look at it, I'm probably going to seal myself in if I should ever fully AFK, so that, you know, I won't have to worry about ghasts. But yeah, it's just something to know. Something else to know, as I was recording the last video, I thought I'd try looking at, I have data packs loaded, right? Some of the vanilla tweaks. And I thought I would, oh boy, I thought I would use /function spawning spheres. These spawning spheres are supposed to be just, you know, when you hit enter, the sphere, you know, appears around you based on where your spawning rules are, right? So I would have expected when I hit enter, oh, that's not free cam. I would have expected when I hit enter for it to just be a big sphere around me at 24 blocks to show where mobs spawn, and then at 128 blocks somewhere down here to show where mobs despawn. But what ended up happening was my player teleported somewhere below or above bedrock, and I was falling, and it was bad. Through a little bit of quick manipulation of the code, I flipped myself over to creative mode, and then had to two at a time, and then I had to teleport back here because I had no idea where I was at. I was below bedrock somewhere, not in the nether either, like below in the void, but it wasn't low enough in the void for me to be taking damage. So I have no idea what went on. 3 at a time. I'm feeling like I probably should have my area locked up, but I don't have any blocks. Let's see if we can just take that one out. Nice shot. Glad I got that on camera. So anyway, there's the farm. There's it running. I might have a little bit of extra stuff to do to make it a little bit more efficient. And if you're in a survival world, don't go screwing around with spawning spheres unless you really know what you're doing. And apparently I do not. Yeah. So I just came down here to make sure the system was clear, right? Like I said. And I also wanted to show you, it's been running for maybe, you know, 20, 30 minutes, something like that. And that's the amount of magma blocks we've gotten. Oh, this is going to be so good. So good. Jeez, oh, Pete. Everything's been so complicated today. I guess it all does revolve around doing the update and probably updating your world, you know, affects some settings. But like just now, in order to get that outplayed logo off the bottom of the videos, I had to log into my outplayed Overwolf account. I haven't logged into that in months. It just never needs logged in, right? It just works. Well, it didn't work today. Figures. So, yeah. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching today. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment on these videos. Anything you can comment, anything you want to say, I am here to listen. Yeah. I'll see you next time. I'm Golden Demon. Later.